BassResinator here. I am going to mix up some ultraviolet resin and mix in some glow-in-the-dark powders from eye candy. And the colors I'm going to use are this orangey orange and I don't know how to do that one. Dairo. I don't know if that's right or not. These are from the sample pack of colors, glow-in-the-dark colors. So I'm just gonna. I want orange. Wow, I got this camera not balanced. Okay, now got some of that one. I almost lost the camera right into the stuff here. And I'll get a little bit of this Dairo. I don't know. Somebody, eye candy, tell me how to do that, please. So 2 different shades of orange. And I have this butcher paper, or whatever they call that. Get that up here in the camera. Parchment paper for baking. And I'm going to use this silicone brush and paint with this stuff here. And I'm going to paint on the parchment paper. I was going to say, hey, let me check see how this glows with the camera, with the UV flashlight. And then I thought, yeah, that'd be really smart. Just cure it right in place. Okay, so I have something specific in mind for this. Or if you're an islander, I mean a person who loves the sea, I have something Pacific to do with this. Sounds like my dog just made his way. I had the door shut so he'd stay out. And there I hear his toenails clickety clickety on the hardwood floor. Get the smiley face going. I'm going to do another one. The sad face. You might see why. This is part of a collaboration with Crafty YouTubers United. And I hope everybody likes what I do. Make another one. These are all going to be cartoony type faces. This is a meh face. Okay. Oh, this little guy, this frown. This guy didn't like frowning very much. He was gonna turn around and start smiling. I should have cured him before then. Okay, let me get this out of the way now, so I don't cure something by accident. There are some bubbles in there, so let me rid those. This is just getting them set in place so they don't go trying to change any of the frowns or smiles into something else. And I'll get that other lamp over here. It is no ordinary lamp! No! You can't see what's going on. Let me just put you on pause for a bit. Okay, those are all cured up. Now, I have these lids. That I'm going to try and put a little bit of this stuff in. And I'm going to have to cure these from both sides. Top and bottom. Because this is going to be curing through silicone. A little bit more. And a little bit more. And one little bit more. Have you figured out what I'm doing yet? I'm going to set that there because I'm going to cure that all at once. Okay, big lamp coming over. Those are all cured up, so, and they glowed nicely while they were underneath that lamp. And this guy, the cool thing about UV resin, just peels right out. Don't know what I'll do with that, but I'll keep it around. Might be able to find use for it. Okay, now I need to see if I can loosen these guys up a little bit. Maybe if there's one, there's eye, there's an eye. There's the frown coming loose, that eye, that eye, the smile, and those eyes. Okay. The reason I'm doing that is I need to get them a little closer together so I can do one other little trick with them. His eyes are too far apart. What does that mean when you see somebody with their eyes too far apart? Can't have that, you know. I mean, no, cannot be that way. Okay, now a little bit of clear UV resin to tie these guys together. Oh, there's a bubble right there, but you know, nobody's going to see it when I finish doing what I'm doing. Oh, I forgot to tell you to close your eyes if you're affected by shiny lights. Okay, I think I'm going to get the big thing over the top. I will pause you again. I have 3 pumpkin container molds that I got from Beebeecraft, and I'm going to put some UV resin on the inside here of the side. See if I can get this to work. Can't even see because that. Okay, so I put a dab in there, and then I want one of these guys in. One of these guys in there. And I have to put him upside down. There's gotta be a better way. Toothpick to the rescue. Or how does Daniel Cooper call them? Cocktail sticks? I'd never heard that before. All the people over in Europe are probably going, "What? You're an idiot. You haven't heard of that." Well, then I'm an idiot, because I hadn't heard of it. I mean, it makes sense, but I'd never heard of them called that. Okay, he's not wanting to. There. I just had him, and then he twisted on me. I want to get him just right. Oh, avert your gaze. Now, I need to get it cured from the bottom side, from the outside. No, he's upside down. Bummer. Well, let me change that around. Good thing I didn't put him on there for too long. That's up. Okay, so then I'll put the eyes up. I don't know how I was going the other way around. I probably ought to put a little bit more UV resin in there to hold him in place. Sorry if you can't see what here, let me get these other ones out of the way so I can move this guy. Got my finger right in the way. So I'm going to put him in there like that. Put some UV resin down in there on the inside. Stay with me. Okay, so he's right there. And this will be the top. This area right here is the top of the container. And if you'll stay right there and stick nice and good, then this will be most awesome. This is a version of see no evil, hear no evil good. See no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil. But this is be sad, be happy, be meh. Okay, so that's been on there long enough. Let me get another one over here. Hopefully I don't knock anything loose. Loosey goosey. Let me remind myself. Eyes go to the top. Okay. And I'm going to tell you what else I'm going to do in just a little bit. I'm going to put the meh one in there now. Get in there. If you'll stay in place, that'll make me happy. So happy together, I can't be all my life. I want this guy to be down towards the middle to the bottom of this pumpkin, the side of the pumpkin. So happy together. I just stuck my glove in there. And good thing I've got a big wipe over here. Clean that glove right on off. Okay, let me pause for a bit. Let me explain what I'm going to do with these 3 pumpkin containers. This is a Halloween / harvest type collaboration, and I don't really get into the gory side of things, so I'm going to go with some happy faces on the side. They're not anywhere near as big as what somebody might carve, but you know, that's fine because I'm not everybody else. But I experimented with some alcohol ink from Let's Resin. I had this, and every time I have used it in the past, well, let me tell you, it's metallic alcohol ink, and there's, how many bottles are in there? 24 different colors. And this one, I experimented with it. It says copper gold. Now it needs to be shaken up because all that metallic stuff will sink to the bottom, and you'll only get alcohol, and you need to get the metal stuff. So what I did, because when I have put this alcohol ink on top of, let's say I was doing a 3D bloom or something, it stayed on the top. It just floated. It never went through. I mean, even though those metallic things are heavier, they just floated, which was odd to me. So I thought, well, what happens if I mix it into the resin, not just let it sit on top, but mix it in? Okay, using this exact same copper gold metallic. Look at the color it achieved. Orange. What color are most pumpkins? Orange. So I mix this up in resin. It will sort of conceal my little faces that I've done on the side and have orange pumpkins and have a little smiley face or a sad face or a meh face on the side. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to mix up a bunch of resin because each one of these with the lids takes a little over 9 ounces. So yeah, I may do one at a time and come back at you towards the end of all of this mixing. Okay, here I go. Okay, I haven't started mixing yet, but I already put in the alcohol ink in there, and you can see it just sort of shimmering and shining and stuff. I did this method with some Brie Reese alcohol inks that were shimmering alcohol, and when I put the shimmer on top, you know, just like to do a 3D bloom or something, it danced around a bit and then sank through all the way to the other side. And I thought, well, that just made a mess. It's not real pretty. It didn't do what I was hoping it would do. And the first time I used these alcohol inks, these Let's Resin ones, the metallic, the color stayed on the top and made like a, I don't know, like an oil slick, but it wasn't oil at all. It was just that metal just stayed up on the top, which really was pretty, but it didn't have any effect on the bloom on the other side. So let me try mixing it up. Look what this is doing already. I mean, that's just downright pretty. Okay, you're going to get tired of watching me because I'm going to go for another 5 minutes or so. So I'll put you on pause. All mixed up. Nice and pretty like. Here we go. I'm going to pour a little bit in. Look at that. This is rich. Pour a little bit in and then squeeze around the bottom. Make sure that there aren't any bubbles trying to hang out down yonder. I just got to be careful not to squeeze that face off of there. Make sure he's still in place. Yeah, there he is. Okay. I'm using the Counterculture DIY hard cast resin, which is a deep pour. good for up to 2 inches. I'm going to the lid now. And I still have a little bit left, so I'm going to use, I don't know if you'll be able to see what I'm going to be doing, because I'm going to be using the other 2 lids. If nothing else, I'm going to try and fill up the stems. There's one stem. Oh, we'll just keep on going, see how much we can get. Two lids full. Two lids and a stem and a half. This is a really pretty orange. Hope you can see that through the screen. A couple bubbles coming up here. Make sure that face is still in place. Yes, it is. He's glowing right there. Let me turn it a little bit more towards you and push him over a little bit so you can see him. Doesn't stay glowing real long, but that's because I got these bright lights for filming on. Okay, I will wait. I'm only going to do one at a time because I want to make sure that this works the way I want it to, and if it does, then I'll go ahead and do the others. But yeah, so I'm done for the night. We'll see you tomorrow. These are cured up. Now, I don't know if you can see the little glint. Just a second, let me turn another light on. Watch right there. See that little silver or the coppery color? That's what this type of alcohol ink used to do with all of the things, but since I mixed it up, it dispersed sort of like a glitter in there. So I'm hoping for the best, that it'll look good all the way. And then we'll see what it looks like on the pot. The pumpkin pot. It's still a really pretty color right there. Oh, that just popped right on out of there. Yeah. And that's the glow in the dark part. So yeah, that little shiny area. That's what that glitter usually, I mean the alcohol ink usually does. Okay, so that lid is, I just got to see it. Ooh, look at that. Oh, you can't see it. It's going to have some pretty color in there. Okay, now I'll set that lid over there and I will try and unmold this one. filled it up, and I have no thumbnails to speak of. Just a second. I got it started. Let's get it started. In here. That bottom's got a little bit of that shiny, coppery part of the alcohol ink. Okay, you just get that. Get it rolling, rolling, rolling. Silicone. This is looking really pretty. I bet if I take this out in the sun, it'll look really good. Oh, look at that. Now you just twist with these and out it comes. Look. Isn't that pretty? Where's the face? There it is. Okay, now turn off some of these lights. I'll start powering up that thing. Yeah, he's a glowing. Cool. Not too scary. I don't get into the scary stuff. I just have never been one that liked that type of stuff. So we got a top that glows in the dark and a face that glows in the dark. Okay, I have one more lid. Let me turn some lights back on. Some light on the subject. I have one other lid that I had enough resin to get that one. The other one, not enough to fill it up, so and just after you get it rolled back, you just push a little bit on that stem and out it pops. And we got another one. Coolness. Okay, now to do the others. I don't know if I want to do the same color. One of them I have to because I got this lid partially done. But I'm thinking I want to do the one with the sad face. This is the meh face. I think I'm wanting to do the one with the sad face. That one there with a darker orange. Now I may add some. I got this dye, orange dye, just in case to add to make it a little darker, and I may go with a slightly different darker color of this. There's 26 colors. I got to be able to find something a little bit darker, right? You know what? Maybe add coffee metallic in with that. I think that's what I'm going to do. It was the first one I pulled out, and that will definitely add a little bit more color. So I'll mix up some more resin and come back at you. See you later. Mixed up one very similar to the one I did earlier with that copper gold. Really pretty. And I'm going to put it into the smiley face. And I have the other lids available over here in case I have leftovers. Let me see if I can. Ooh, too much. You don't need to see all my junk. Move out of the way, old pieces. Okay, just don't look over there. I got an idea. There, put that in way. Okay, this is the smiley face one. I've let this one degas for a few minutes. These actually hold quite a bit. The walls of these pumpkins are actually pretty thick, which is nice. So when you do unmold these, they don't warp like the apples and the pears and other smaller container ones. When you're taking them out, when they're in the bendy stage. This, when it's a bendy stage, doesn't bend that much because these walls are pretty thick. Oh yeah, look at that. And I do have some left over, so I will pour it into the lid. And I still have a little bit left over, so I'll pour it into the other lid. And I have just a little bit left. I'll figure something for that to go into. Now, the other one, let me, you're going to hear a strange noise. I'm going to pop some bubbles with my torch. Whoops, that was not good. Just smacked the... Here, let's get some more light on the subject, huh? Yeah, here we are. Okay, look at the color of this one. I added that brown in there, or the coffee, and there was a black color that I added a little bit. So it's still orangish, but it's a much darker orange. Orangish. And the bubbles are rising up on that other one over there. I can see them coming up right now. Oh, I can definitely see the face on this one. And I'll finish up the lid of this one that I had started yesterday. So he's going to have a little bit of the lighter orange plus the darker orange. And I have some left over in there. So I will figure out where those go in just a bit. So this one here, I did the exact same thing as I did the one yesterday. Same amount of squirts of the alcohol ink. And this one here, I added some more dark, and you can. I think you should be able to tell the difference between the two. If nothing else, looking at the top, you can tell. Any bubbles coming up? We must pop them immediately. I do not have enough to pour another pumpkin, but I do have a mold. I made a mold of a little rubber ducky. I guess we're gonna have an orangish ducky. If I can slide that way. Okay. Put my ducky mold right here. His head is going to be lighter. I'll use the rest of the lighter orange for down in there. Whoa, that almost filled it all the way up. Well, I did make another mold of a little rubber froggy. Tracy from Mini Scenes GB calls it her Kermie, so Kermie's going to be orange in this one. And the rubber ducky is going to be orange. Lighter orange. Okay, now I need to make sure that his beak is not holding on to any bubbles in this bill. Oh man, look at the color in that middle of that right there. That really is intense. Heard about a camping experience that went haywire. It was really intense. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's just me, oh my. Okay, here's my froggy mold, and I'm not gonna have time to put eyes in him, so we'll just have, I can always paint eyes on the outside. Sorry, Tracy, we're gonna have an orange Kermie. Kermie-licious. And still got a little bit left. Well, you know, I made a little corgi mold. We'll try and fill him up. I know I had all this extra. I mixed up, it's supposed to hold a little over 9 ounces, and I mixed 10 ounces. But then I also had the lids yesterday. I made up those lids. Now right here on this, you can't see what I'm doing, but I'm squishing his face and to get the bubbles out of his ears and his snout. Don't want to have a corgi with no snout, or with ears that are missing part of them. That would not look good. And I have a little bit left over. Well, guess what? I have another corgi mold that's a druzy corgi. Where is that one? Right over here. Look at that. Isn't that cute? Yep, I'm thinking so. And I do not have enough left over to do anything else, so that's where I will finish. So I'll come back to you after these all cure up. got so excited about unmolding, I forgot to turn on the video. Okay, showing the extras. I had enough of that resin to make a little druzy corgi, and a pair of these memorial ribbons. They're holographic and now they're orange. And this octagonal little piece. Maybe get a whole bunch of those together and make some honeycomb or something. Tiger's head. Another corgi. Well, it's not a rubber ducky, but a duck that's based on the rubber duck. A little frog. Those are all molds that I had made. I had enough to make 2 extra lids. Craziness. Okay, now here is the smiley face one. And they glow, but not like an extreme amount. I took one out in the sun yesterday, and there's the sad face, and this is the darker pumpkin, and then this is the one I had made earlier. This was the trial balloon, and then once it worked, then I went ahead and made this one with the same colorant. Oy. And this one with a little bit darker. So, this is... Oh, you can't quite see this one's face. That sad face is down lower. The meh face is in the middle, and the happy face is on the top. Guess why? Because when you're sad, you're down. Down. When you're happy, you're up. And when you're meh, you're just in the middle. I will take pictures of these. I keep going around with that flashlight. I'll take pictures of these in a better lighting, and maybe make something else for them to go on so that it'll look really nice and good. Yeah, this collaboration with Crafty YouTubers United, which I saw might be changing to Crafty YouTubers International because of people like me over here in the US getting involved with people in Europe, UK, and Germany and such. So, yeah, this is fun stuff. I like doing these things. Like I said, I'm not into the scary, but these were fun. Okie doke. We'll see if I make a tray to put them on, or if I don't. Yeah, I'm going to make a tray. But I'll just take a picture of it once it's all done with all 3 of these on the tray. Okay. Subscribers, thank you for subscribing. If you're not a subscriber, so do it. It's free, and you get to see whenever I put out anything else if you push that little bell. So, yeah. If you're ever interested in any of the stuff that I make, just let me know. We'll haggle out a deal. And I don't have a store set up yet. Kind of scared to do that. I don't want to mess up. Anyway, yeah. Become a part of the BassResinator universe. Okie doke. We'll see you on the next collaboration. Or if you follow me, we'll see you soon. Okay, I've got my tray. I'm getting some of these metallic alcohol inks. I'm gonna mix them up. I have done a couple stencil things with that Intense Chameleon powder. This is the coffee. You can't see it because I'm shaking in and out of the camera. So I'm going to mix that. I've got 4 little pots that I'm mixing those in. And I've got this sparkly brass, which is one I had not used before. Had to cut the top open to release the hounds, so to speak. And then I've got one here called Rose Gold that I have used before, and I don't know if I can get any out of it or not. There's not very much alcohol in it. No, nothing coming out. Bummer. But then I have this Bronze Gold, which is kind of an orangish color. You'll see what I'm doing in just a bit. Then I've got some nail powder that is glow in the dark. I'm going to put in one of these. Don't know how much it's going to work, but I dumped that whole little pot into it. And then I just got to mix these up. See what transpires. So while I'm mixing these up, these colors, then I will put you on pause. I'll be right back. I'm using magic resin. It's 1:1, and this color it's still got the little shiny sparklies, but it's not. I mean, it's pretty. I'm gonna go. This one is the Bronze Gold, and I'm gonna try and pour it around the edge. Now this tray, this is a Let's Resin tray, and it says it's supposed to hold approximately 8 ounces. I mixed up about 8.4 ounces. I didn't want to have to mix up extra. Okay, what I'm going to do now is go around with this tool to try and free up any bubbles trying to hang around the edge. I'm going around the outside edge right now. And now the inside edge. If there are any little bubbles hanging out, I pray they will say, forget that, I want out of here, and come right on up to the top. That would be so nice. Okay, now still go around the edge with this color. That is definitely a pretty color. But this is an alcohol ink that behaves much differently than other alcohol inks, and it's because of that metallic I'm gonna say granules, the metallic deposits that you have to shake these little bottles up big time. Okay, same color, but this time mixed with a little bit of glow in the dark, those nail powders. Don't know how much of it that's going to do, but if I can have it do something, that would be really cool. I mean, like really cool. Let's see what it does. There is some glowy in there, not a lot. Okay, now with the, what was this one? Sparkly brass. This is almost, on this, with this resin, it's almost acting like mica. Very fascinating stuff. And then this is the coffee. You know, that looks awfully similar to the one on the outside, which is fine. And then I just sit back and wait. And that took 8.5 ounces. Okay, I will come back to you when this is all cured up.